This movie is about a woman who just can't leave the journalism business. I'm in Salad and I saw His Girl Friday. It is directed by Howard Hawks, written by Charles Lederer. And if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. This was requested by Patreon. If you fast track movie review, patreon.com/ASEPresents. On with the review. This movie starts with following a lady. She's like, oh, I want to leave the journalism business and have a family. I want to have a baby and all that fun jazz. I have divorced my partner, who is also a journalist, who runs this journalism firm that I work for, and I want to leave this journalism firm to go have babies with another guy. So pretty much this entire time, she's trying to get out of the office. However, there's this really big, huge journalism story. There's this huge story that needs to be reported on, and she's got the talent. It takes a little bit of finessing and convincing her through indirect means, but she's like, oh my goodness, I know the perfect way to phrase this. And then she goes tappity tappity tap. She's so invested in the journalism. She was supposed to go hang out with her fiance. They're not married yet, but she has a new guy. She was supposed to go hang out with her fiance, right? But she got caught up in the journalism of it all, and she ends up staying in the journalism business at the end of the movie. So that's pretty much the thick and thin of the plot. Does this movie hold up? Yes. This movie has a lot of character dialogue. There's a lot of character personality established with the dialogue. This woman, she seems to have a gift for typing stories in an eloquent way and in a moving way that engages me and the readers. And she's very confident about herself. I'm not exactly sure why she would want to leave the business if she's so good at it. Her reason is that she's bored and just wants to raise a family, but I counter that by saying, you don't deserve to have a family because you have journalism. That's your family. You can't have... That's such a terrible take. Oh my goodness. I mean to say that her specifically, she is so enwrapped in journalism that I don't see her having a family. And if she does, she's going to hate it because it's completely different than what she's used to and what she's good at. And I like how the ex-husband sees this. And he's like, all right, I'll let you go, but I'll give you this one more story. But he intentionally gives a story that is meaty, has a lot of moving parts, and with new information comes new questions that she has to go look into further. The ex-husband, his brain is big. And I'm like, man, you should really stick with the big brain guy because you know what you know about him. You don't have to figure out his intentions. He just wants to do journalism. Any bad traits he will have, you know. It's the devil you know. Now you got a new guy. You don't know him that well. You've only known him for how long? Not that much, not long enough, because eventually some traits will come out and they might not be as desirable as you might think, and it might be terrible raising a family with that man. So ultimately, I applaud her decision to go back to journalism. I never agreed with her decision to become a mother in the first place because she's a career woman. She dresses like a career woman. What's also interesting about this movie, there's this guy who's supposed to get hung, but he's innocent. And he pleads innocent, but they want to hang him. It's a political hanging. This guy is able to escape prison and he seeks refuge in this, what is it called? It's not a cabinet, but it's like a desk and it has like one of those closing things like on one of those, a bread box has a closing window. He's in that. And I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And then the cops are like, hey, where is he at? We need him. And this lady, she's not giving away this guy's position. And the guy, the ex-husband, is not giving away his position until the freaking criminal makes a salad. I'm like, bro, why'd you do that? Oh my goodness, why? Ah! And then cops go around the thing, pointing gun. Oh, we got him, guys! And they handcuff him, they handcuff them, and then a note from the governor. And this was established earlier because he's been saying he's innocent the entire time, writing to the government, all that fun jazz, and the governor comes back and then pardons him, and so the cops let him go. It's pretty neat, and that's the end of the movie. That criminal guy is able to live a free life, and also this chick is able to do journalism. She's doing journalism, no baby making on her part. What I ultimately think this movie is about, it's about freedom. Freedom of choice. Sure, this woman has the freedom to choose to be a mother, yes. And this prisoner does not have freedom. So when he escapes, he feels free again. She feels trapped. I think they're parallel because she feels trapped in journalism and he was literally in prison, right? And then he escapes prison and she's about to leave journalism, but then comes back in because she chooses to. So they're both free now with their decisions. They're both free, and I like that. What do you think of this movie? I think this movie totally holds up. You gotta watch this movie for the acting, the actors interacting with each other. There's just so much strong emotion. The emotions feel and appear genuine. It's so great. This is such a good movie. I really like this movie. Have you ever heard of His Girl Friday? You should definitely check it out, because it's a fun movie. So I'm gonna give this movie, it's a solid 7.9 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one the platform really likes at $20 dinos at patreon.com/ASEPresents. Go to this link tree to support the daily grind of all them daily movie reviews. And until next time, I'm Mint Salad Saw. I'll see you later, my sour croutons and bacon bits. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna do a journalism. Is journalism here? Journalism? Are you here? I didn't see journalism down there. Is it over here? Journalism